Welcome to another episode of This Is We, episode 12. The first episode in South Korea.
South Korea.
You're going to Korea.
You're going to Korea.
But this episode is actually really good. It's also really sad, which we'll talk about in a little while. But
Do not.
let's just go ahead and jump right into episode 12.
Okay, what's first? You guys' little faces are on the plane. I love that.
That was the most awkward thing to film because they made us turn the chair sideways and they're like, pretend you're looking down at America. And we were like,
Hey, America.
hey, America. But you had to look down
America.
at the floor. That was really awkward. But, so yeah, we got on an airplane. It was 13 hours in an airplane. I watched 4 movies by myself.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, everybody else was sleeping, but I was like, I'm gonna, power through and watch movies. But I hadn't seen any movies in a long time.
Yeah.
But when we get to Korea, the first thing that we do is actually flip-flopped from how the episode was. We actually did the photo shoot first. We immediately got off of the airplane and first we went to the market and had food and kind of experienced the culture for about 2 hours, and then we went straight to our photo shoot where we saw Yusai and Eric was there. He did pretty much all of our photo shoots back in America, and then this really cool guy, I don't actually remember his name, from MCM, because he's German and his name was hard to say.
Yeah, understandable.
But yeah, the bus, this is also really funny because the bus in Korea was a karaoke bus.
What? Did you guys do karaoke on the bus?
No, there was like TV screens everywhere, but it was like made for really tiny people. So when we sat on the bus, we couldn't sit next to each other because we didn't fit. So everyone had their own seat, and then the back seat had 4 seats, and we would put 2 people back there. But
that's hilarious.
it was very tiny, and I did not
I can't
fit.
believe y'all didn't do karaoke.
No, I
When
mean,
you had the chance.
I don't know.
It would have been so fun.
It would have been a lot of fun to do karaoke, but whatever.
Oh well.
Yeah, and then
The photo shoot. Let's do the photo shoot.
yeah.
You're like click, 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 done and done. I love that. You're like so professional. You know exactly what to do. You go in and you do it.
Well,
you are smart.
I mean, they were like jump, and I was like, okay, that's easy. And then they kept saying change little things, and I was like, that's easier for me to do, like change small things about my position, because in dance, you have to tweak every little bitty part of your body, and so it was easy for me to kind of catch on and be like, hey, fix that one thing, and I did it, and then we got a really great shot, and then I walked away and Tyra was like, you got a good picture, and I was like, thanks.
Yeah, girl. Thank you, Tyra.
I was really excited when that happened because
yeah,
we were all really nervous for the first photo shoot in Korea, just because we had the client there who we were trying to impress, and it was just a place where we didn't know anything. None of the people really knew a whole lot of English.
Down to 7. I mean, you have to perform at maximum.
You have to do your absolute best, or you're gonna go home. And so, yeah. But Shai's picture was okay. I didn't understand why they used the escalator. The building was so cool that we were in. It was the City Hall for Seoul, but they put her on this escalator and they're like, pretend like you're coming forward, and it made her look
like she was running.
It made her look strange. And it was hard to do because she had a backpack. And they're like, show the backpack as you're running forward.
I didn't
like
Chantel's out there either.
No.
On the escalator.
I just didn't like the escalator too much. But Chantel's, I thought her face looked really good, but her body, her hands bothered me. They were like super claw. That's one thing that bothered me about her picture.
Her skin always looks so good.
I know. And then
like creamy. You know what I mean? Like it looks like someone. I don't even know. It doesn't look real.
It looks like it's painted on.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It really is beautiful. But she got an attitude with Yusai.
Okay, I'm just saying, he's obviously saying panda as a term of endearment. I know that she's been bullied all her life with shit like that, but at this point she knows the difference when somebody's doing it like in a cute way and when someone's doing it in a hurtful way. So accept that he's doing it in a cute way and get over it. You just gotta be dramatic about everything. She just likes stirring that pot.
I agree. And all of us were kind of just like, why is it that big of a deal? Because, I don't know, like he liked her and he wanted to show his affection towards her, and that was his term of endearment for her. Like all of us had like a phrase with Yusai. We all had inside jokes with Yusai, but she just did not like it, and
It's also strange to me because, like, whenever you're bullied about something, the only way to let people know that you don't care that they're bullying you is to get in on the joke and pretend like it doesn't bother you, and like it is funny. Like in high school, people, I can't even say it, they used to call me
Something about her toes. They're very tiny. They used
It's
to make
just-
fun of her about her toes.
and then I would just be like, oh yeah, you know, you just have to accept it and like joke with them. And I have a really big butt. That was like my thing in high school.
I mean, I was.
They just would talk about my big butt all the time, so you had to just own it. It's pretty big. It's pretty large. My butt around is longer than I am tall. Like my inseam.
Oh my word.
So I used to get made fun of a lot, but then I just made it my thing, and then everyone loved it.
I mean, I used to get bullied too, like being tall, being feminine, flamboyant, whatever you want to call it.
You just
But-
gotta work it.
I don't know. I just think that she, like, because it is on her body, like it's painted on her face, like she says. I just don't see the. I see the difference, but I don't see the difference.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can visually see it, but I don't
Yeah.
feel the difference of being bullied by anyone. So I don't know why her problem was just so much greater than everyone else's. That's what she made it out to seem, and I just don't know what bothered her so much about what Yusai said. I mean, yes, he probably shouldn't have said that, but it was coming from a loving place, and we all knew that, and she was just super dramatic about it.
Yeah.
Especially at the photo shoot, and you'll see next week it gets a lot worse. Homegirl goes ballistic.
I'd never change my hair and makeup. Obviously you do, girl. It was down, then it's in a pony, then it's down again. Whatever. Moving on.
Anyways, Adam was drunk.
Wasted. He's drunk in all his confessionals.
Because the photo shoot was before the challenge, and so we were on the airplane. It's free drinks, and Adam had, I think he said 14, on a 13-hour
one for every hour.
Right, but they cut
And the
him
last
off.
one for luck.
They cut him off at a certain point. And when we get off the airplane,
That's rough.
this is also not an episode, but we had a bottle of vodka that we were all, I didn't because it was just gross, but everyone was chugging.
Vodka's hard
They
straight.
were chugging vodka.
Why? Before the photo shoot?
We didn't know what was going to happen.
Oh.
We thought we were going to get there and have a day off, but
No.
immediately everyone starts drinking, and then everyone's like, stop drinking. But Adam has already drunk, and it just stayed in his system. And so we're at the photo shoot. Everyone wasn't, like, it weared off about an hour into the photo shoot, which we were doing hair and makeup. But for him, it just kept going because it was so in his system. And so he's just very intoxicated in his whole photo shoot. And I think that Tyra and everyone knew.
Yeah.
And it just made his shoot just not go very well, which
You can tell.
you can tell.
I mean, he couldn't listen to any,
He just kind of let it go in one ear and out the other, and he was just like, I don't know what
which
you're
is not
saying.
typical for him because normally he does really well, I feel like, with critiques. Like
Right.
in photo shoots and stuff, he takes criticism very well. And
I agree.
He
does.
could not even, he was
He's
not
like,
there. He was in another land, another world.
But anyways,
Anyways, Keith, he struggled too, whatever. Then they were like, you know what? Will did so good and perfect. Why don't you just do Will's pose? Maybe you could handle that. And after like a couple tries, it's that jazz hand.
it's the
It's
hand.
just like,
Jazz hand.
I can't handle
Keith's
it.
photo
It should
just
have
has,
been.
like-
It should have been a relaxed
relaxed.
hand, or even like a fist would have been better. But that was extreme.
It's very high.
That was so
speed trophy.
aggressive. This is aggressive. Hand signal.
Thanks, Bring It On, for these.
These
Our
are
spirit
spirit fingers.
Who else? Lennox.
I love this picture of Lennox.
She looked very. I mean, she looks great all the time. I agree with what the judges were saying, though, that she needs to kind of step it up a notch, because if you watch behind the scenes, as you're seeing, she's very timid and very shy, and that's starting to come across more so in her photo shoots. So I think that she needs to just kick it into gear and just give everything she has, and moving forward. Because I mean, she looks great, but if she would give a little bit more power behind it, and like her face looks amazing, but her body always is very timid and like not as powerful as she can be, because she's gorgeous. It was all get out.
Yeah, I loved this thing. And I like how Tyra went in there and was like, this is exactly what I want, and she did it.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good for her.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last but not least is Raylia. She, honestly, she probably would never book the campaign for MCM just because the brand is very street and not sexy. Like, it's very, I don't want to say preppy, but it's like...
It kind of is preppy.
Kind of is preppy. And so when she came out there with her boobies popping out and high heels and...
Why did they dress
her
her
hair
in
and
that?
like red lips. She looked great. But...
They did not...
It just didn't fit with...
Yeah.
The
That's
product.
not her
And
fault.
No. It's not her fault at all. And so it was just set up for disaster in the beginning. And the client was just not happy with how it was going, and it just went downhill. When they put her on the ground, I was watching and I was like, this is not good.
It was
It
bad
just
when
looked...
they moved it.
It looked awkward when she was like,
Yeah.
pretend like you're running in a track meet and you're in the blocks for a sprint, and I was like,
What does that have to do with this?
It's not cool. Like, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't look good, and I felt bad because it was something that she couldn't help because they were telling her what to do.
Yeah.
Where
They
usually
did
you
her
kind of
hair
just
and
like,
makeup, and they
do
told
it,
her what
like,
to do.
go for it. But
That
I
is
felt bad.
unfortunate.
She looks great, but it just didn't fit with the vision that the client wanted, which was unfortunate.
That sucks. Well, then you guys do your challenge.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I still don't understand how you didn't win, but whatever. Obviously, you did a double pirouette into a fan, so
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Make me not confused.
But
the cool thing about the challenge is that we got to go see B2B perform for us, and then I was team captain and Shai was team captain. So I picked my team and Shai picked her team, and Chantel obviously was last. So we got stuck with her.
Oh.
And I picked my 3 favorites.
Duh.
Lennox,
I'm
Shai,
surprised.
and Raylia.
I'm surprised Shai didn't pick either of them. Who'd she pick first? Keith? So you got to pick first. That's how that went.
I got to pick first.
That's how, I was like,
I picked Raylia first, then Keith went first, then Lennox, then Adam, then Chantel.
yeah.
That's how it went. But we learned the dance, which is probably like 8/8 counts. They don't really show a lot of the actual dance that we did.
You can find it.
Oh yeah, but we had a lot of fun. I mean, I went into dance teacher mode and I like went through the counts with everybody and made sure everybody understood it, and I kept doing it with them, and we had it down in like 10 minutes, and everybody else was struggling, and I had to teach everyone. I taught every single contestant, all 13 of us. I taught everyone. Because the eliminated contestants were there as well, doing it with us, because they had to do it in the public. So I taught everyone to do it. It was pretty fun.
That's
I was
hilarious.
like, I miss teaching. But
Aww.
the challenge was fun. I mean, it was great to dance again, like in a serious way. And I think the reason why I didn't win is because I took the dance part way too seriously and just kind of
Forgot about
lived.
the picture.
And then I forgot about, I mean,
I liked your picture. It's cute.
it's whatever, but my face was probably having more fun than just being super
Trying to model.
high fashion or whatever you want to call it. So I think that set me back. But I thought the top 3 would have been Raylia, Chantel, and Keith. And no, Raylia, Chantel, and me instead of Keith. Just because he didn't really do a whole much anything.
He looks good all
shimmy.
the time. That's it. Basically, that's it with Keith. He looks like sexy all the time.
No, he looks good.
So, I mean, he looked good dancing. Because he's a good looking dude. So.
Yeah, he did. He looks very good. But let's see.
Raylia kicked ass and she
Gosh,
got
Raylia did so good. And her
She
hat
was
flew
great.
off and she picked it up and she was just like twirling around. It was awesome. And then
She looks so good.
Chantel did good. She just didn't really do a whole much of anything. She just kind of like played with the camera.
She just looks good. I thought her outfit looked really good. Like she looked good in there, in the clothes.
She
whatever
did.
y'all were modeling.
And then Lennox just was awkward. It was so awkward.
Oh, I remember watching that.
She just didn't know what to do, and she wasn't willing to like try
Of course not.
anything different. And she was just kind of like, I'll do whatever, it's fine. And then we didn't get to actually see any of the other groups go, so we didn't know how they did at all. Like all we knew was that Adam did a backflip and ate it again.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah,
in
he did a
front of
backflip
everybody?
in front of everyone. So
I can't
funny.
believe they didn't show that.
Yeah, it's on. If you go online, you can find it in some of the YouTube videos of the top 7 doing the dance challenge, and he does a flip and like flies forward. It's funny.
Is he bleeding?
No. He like stumbles. He doesn't like whack his face like he did in the
Oh,
house.
that's what I thought you were saying.
No. But this time it was a backflip, so he landed and then just like
tilted
sprung forward. Yeah. So the challenge was fun though, and the challenge was Rayleah's birthday.
Yay!
And she won. She won on her birthday.
That's
so
so
it was,
cute.
It was very fitting and perfect. And after that, we go home and we celebrate. And
Wasted. Glug, 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 glug.
everyone did. And I mean, we just had to celebrate her 23rd birthday. She turned 23. And we just had fun and celebrated with her because she got all of her new clothes from the challenge win. And then we just like moved in the day before. So we got in the hot tub that's in the room. We jumped on the bed. We did all kinds of fun stuff with her. And then we all crashed. And then we had to wake up early. And we were leaving. And that morning, people kept drinking, but it was more like, let's have a mimosa with breakfast. But Adam went a little bit harder and had enough to get him intoxicated before panel. So yeah, the whole Adam situation with the alcohol, yes, it's true, he did drink every day. He was probably tipsy every day, maybe not drunk. But especially when we got to Korea, it was every day he was drunk. Because the alcohol in Korea is like straight rubbing alcohol. Like it comes in a bottle, like a beer bottle. And it's straight like alcohol. Like
That's gross.
It's so
Poor
not
guy,
good.
he's just like so stressed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some people just handle stress differently, and I feel bad that that is like the avenue that he took.
And his excuse or what he would say was that drinking helps him relax and helps him be more social. And I sat him down one day and I was like, if you can't learn to be social without alcohol, then you're not doing anything for yourself, because you're gonna get out of this competition, you're gonna get into the real world, and you can't, let people know who you are. I was like, there's some days where I don't know if I know who you are because I know Adam who's drunk. Like the times when you say that you don't know how to be social, I've never seen that. And that's kind of when you need to see it, just so you can learn who the person is for who they are and not while they're under the influence of something. So I had a long talk with him, but I don't know if we did anything for the show.
So then we get drunk and go to panel.
Yeah.
How do I want to be a panel? Wasted.
Oh God, stressful. And it was frigid in Korea. We were in this room with like no air conditioning, and it was in the basement, so it was just super cold. So we had to wait down in there, and then we go up to panel, and we don't really know what's gonna happen. We don't really have a feeling of who's gonna go home or what's gonna happen. And then one by one, everybody goes through panel. Kelly either gave you a 10 or a 6. It's pretty much all that happened.
That has to be the first time in the history of Top Model that she's given 3 people a 10 in the same episode.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
I can't believe. Who was the other 10?
Lennox.
Yeah.
She gave Lennox a 10 because Miss J gave her a 7. So, I don't know. Kelly was like in a weird mood where she gave 10s and 6s, and that's it.
I loved everything she said about you.
She's like, it's my favorite time that I've been a judge, and I was just like, oh my God.
She's like, I couldn't even find one bad thing. And I'm like, yeah. I loved it. It was so cute.
From the Brennan.
Oh yeah. So anyways, Kelly Catrone saying that you are
feel
perfect.
very good about myself.
That's pretty much what I took away from that. You're perfect, Will.
Oh no,
Ciao.
but thank you.
Kelly.
And then Keith also got perfect 10.
That ain't right.
I did like his picture, but this. Crazy. No.
Feel like
And his picture was very posed, like I could feel that he was jumping. Whereas mine, I felt like I was
running,
sprinting down the sidewalk or whatever.
Like a gazelle.
And that's why I liked mine so much, is
taking off
because
in
it
the
was so
forest.
natural, and I was like, I'm so happy that I don't look like I'm doing a dance jump or something, because it's very...
Your face.
Very natural.
Am I doing it? Oh wait, no, I'm smiling. I can't.
Smiling
Can't.
with my feet.
Great.
And then... but...
You gotta snap that picture quick, because I can only hold my face for like a split second. I can't.
Lennox's photo was great. Shy's photo was okay. Chantel's photo was okay. Aurelia's photo just wasn't the best. And in the end, Keith got best photo just because he had a higher challenge score than me.
Both
Dang it.
dumb
Dang
and
it.
wrong. So
Your face
is like, go to hell. I love it. You're like, I knew that you were gonna get it over me because of your challenge score, and I hate you. And that is what your face is, and it's perfect. You're just like.
It's my bitch face. No.
It's like a.
It's like a. Mm-hmm.
Am I doing it?
No, I don't do the frown.
You're like, I can't even.
Anyways, but this elimination was really hard on everyone. And when it was Chantal and Aurelia in the bottom two, we were watching the numbers flash. We all knew that it was going to be Aurelia. We knew. But good Lord, we all wanted her to go. We all wanted Chantal to go. She's not nice. She wasn't nice to us.
She's not that good. I mean, she's beautiful.
She's gorgeous, but
like,
it's whatever. And then, so when the numbers are flashing, we're all just like really nervous, and you can hear us saying, "Really stay, really stay." And then Aurelia goes black, and she just like loses it. And
poor thing. There's a
part where they don't show, which was really emotional because Aurelia like steps back away from Tyra and Chantal, and she starts looking at us, and she just like
in the very first thing that she does.
Huh?
Or like, is that her first reaction? She steps back.
Yeah. Well, she hugs Chantal, and then she steps back as Tyra's saying like congratulations to Chantal, and Aurelia is just staring at us, just like defeated, and like you just felt her pain, and that's why all of us just started bawling because every single person was crying. And it was so sad to watch someone's dream get crushed, and that's why it was so hard on everyone. She hugs Tyra, and then she comes over to all of us, and me, Shy, and Aurelia were like, we called ourselves the Three Amigos, Three Musketeers, whatever you want to call it. We stuck together the whole time. And so we're all three of us are hugging, and she's just like super upset, super emotional. We're all bawling our eyes out, and then she just like pushes away, and she's like, "Well, you better win, Will." And then, I mean, you can see my face, I'm just like, can't hold it in. And it was like, that was the hardest moment for me in the competition because up to that point, me and her had done everything together. We were the only two that talked about how we really felt in the competition with each other. Like, we only talked to each other about stuff, and Shy too. So it was really devastating to see her go because even though she's still in Korea with us, we just didn't have that, the extra oomph that we had prior, and so I had to push on by myself and, use Shy and Lennox, the other two people that I was close to in the competition. But it fueled my fire.
I bet.
To win.
You gotta win. What were you saying? Something about Philly? Winning something?
Oh, I'm gonna win it for North Philly.
North Philly.
But that's really what it did. A lot of people were like, don't let it beat you down, don't let it defeat you. And I was like, no.
Literally.
The last thing she said was, you better win.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do it for you. I'm gonna try my hardest. So, I don't know. It was really, really sad. And
oh wait, was Miss J crying?
Yeah, I mean, everyone was.
Really?
Kelly was so upset. I mean, she was just like, dang it. And Miss J was just like, this is a mistake.
I mean, they
like
gave
shaking
her
their
the
head,
score.
mistake.
Did they not give her the
I mean, they gave her the score, but...
Did they give her sevens?
6, 6, and a 7.
Miss J gave her a 7.
Yeah, and then Chantal got 6, 7, 7.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more than Aurelia, but...
They were only 0.4.
I know. It was bad. It was really close.
It hurts my heart.
Devastated. It was bad, but...
She is perfect.
She won a challenge on her birthday. She had a great birthday, and then...
Yeah. Can we just do the confidence speech really quick?
Oh, yeah, okay. Here's Aurelia's confidence speech.
This is for Aurelia.
My name's Aurelia. I'm from North Philly. I am here. I am her. She is me. I am she. We are she.
We are she.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah, that was really good.
Her confidence.
I feel extremely inspired right now.
That was okay, but
sweat a little after that.
She used to do that before everything. Before anything she did, she would look at herself in the mirror and just pump herself up.
That's so.
And then at that point in Korea, we were all doing it with her. We were all say it all together, just my name is Leah. Just going off and doing that, and it was just every memory of the show to that point involved her.
Yeah.
Every fun time that we all had involved Raylia and her personality and how great she was, and it was just sad to see the most lively person go home.
Yeah.
Whatever, but on to the next one. On to the next week.
You
Good
can do
Lord.
it. This
Top 6.
This looks like a pretty dramatic episode
And-
coming up.
Yes, it's going to be very dramatic. And I've been reading a lot of stuff on Twitter, like the show's been making Chantal look bad for better ratings, but
What?
yeah, I've read
They
some
don't
things
make
like
her act like that, just so we're clear.
that. That's what I'm
everybody.
about to say. They have to have footage of someone doing something that they can put on television.
Yeah.
So it's
You
all
can only edit
something
things
that
so
someone
much.
did. And most of the things that are coming up are not editing. It all really happened exactly the way you'll see it. And it was very dramatic. Very, very dramatic. So it's going to be interesting.
I'm excited.
It's going to be a very dramatic
excited we'll
episode,
be
and so we'll
together.
see. Yeah, I'm actually going home, and next episode I'm going to do it with my family. So get excited to see the Jardel family talk about episode 13.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text you little things that I want you to say. You can say, when you get to this topic, Jenni says, this is my comment on this person's. I'll send you what I think of everybody's picture. Little one-liners of everybody's picture.
Perfect. But it'll be dropping down to top 5.
Holy, holy, holy,
Oh my
holy.
word. Here we go.
I can't believe this is happening.
I know, it's going fast, and with 4 episodes left.
No, wait, seriously? That's it?
4.
No, wait, you gotta get rid of 5, you gotta get rid of 4, you gotta get rid of 3, oh, and then you gotta get rid of 1, and then there's 1. Okay, I can count.
4.
I have a degree, but it's not in math.
Anyways, make sure you tune back. What?
I was like, counting on my fingers, I was like, I have a degree, but it's not in math. Oops.
My word, you're so silly.
Yeah.
But make sure you watch the episode this Friday, November 14th, and then check back on Monday where I will be recapping the next episode with my family back home. And yeah, it's going
I'm
to be a good
excited.
one. It's going to be really good.
Yay.
The season's going to end really strong, and I'm really excited for everybody to watch the rest of what's coming.
Can we just do one more?
What?
Beep, beep, papa.
Yeah, ready? Beep, beep, ba, 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 ba.
Oh, you go the other way?
Yeah.
I gotta learn the dance.
Beep, beep, ba, ba.
I
Other
can
way.
drive the car.
Beep, beep, ba, ba.
Oh.
Beep, beep, ba, ba. Beep, beep, ba, ba.
Go ahead.
Bye.